Okay, guys, how are you? Hope everybody's doing well. I know I look like a freak of nature with my hair like this. So, my apologies for looking so ugly, but I had brachioplasty, so I can't really do anything with my hair. So, I am at day 4. I was not able to blog on days 2 and 3 because I had an episode where I passed out on day 1. Um, It had absolutely nothing to do with the surgery itself. It was me being greedy and eating outside of what the diet that they advise you to eat after surgery. I went totally against that because I was feeling so well. So I went to this place. It's called Gilligan's here in South Carolina, and ordered shrimp and oysters with cheese grits. Yeah. So every now and again, I might have an allergic reaction to shrimp. The last time I had an allergic reaction to shrimp was about maybe 10 years ago, Valentine's Day. I went out on a date to this restaurant, got shrimp, and had a complete allergic reaction. Almost passed out, took some Benadryl, and it just happened to um, kick in before I actually passed out. So whatever shrimp this was that we got from this place had the same effect on me. So I started eating. I took a couple bites of the shrimp, and the room started turning pink or orange sort of color. And I had already taken a muscle relaxer, which the muscle relaxer, thank goodness, had like an histamine in it. I tried to drink some water. I was calling my daughter because she had stepped out of the room for just a minute. And I called her and I said, I feel like I'm going to pass out. So I laid back in the bed, and apparently I passed out because I didn't even remember. And I sat up and I told my daughter, I said, please turn after I had been passed out for a few minutes, I woke up and I told my daughter, please turn the fan on because I was flushing at that point. So she turned the fan on, um, cooled off, had another drink of water. They, by this point, had called the ambulance. The ambulance came. My blood pressure had dropped, which is um, normal for anaphylaxis. I'm not saying it right, I'm sure, but anaphylaxis shock or anaphylaxis or whatever. I can't say it, anaphylaxis. But you guys get the gist of what I'm saying. I had an allergic reaction to the shrimp, and it caused me to have symptoms where my blood pressure dropped. My throat didn't close up, thank goodness. Like I said, it was probably because the muscle relaxer was already in my system, and it has an antihistamine in it. Um, so they came, they checked me out, really couldn't determine what was wrong because I just had this surgery. So nobody was thinking, oh, she had an allergic reaction to the shrimp. They're just thinking I'm having issues because I just had this surgery. So that turned, oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me, guys. So that turned into a whole fiasco because I ended up, feeling better once the ambulance people left. But then, before they left, and then once they left, I started feeling like I was going to pass out again. So they came back, and this time they took me to the hospital. I get to the hospital, and it is a nightmare at the hospital. Like, Nightmare on Elm Street. No joke. Like, there's so many people there. There are people in the waiting room that have been waiting for 6 hours. I come in, I'm post surgery, my arms are like this, and I have drains and all this stuff. And they're just like, oh, well, go sit down over there. There's a wait. And I'm like, I'm not even supposed to be moving by myself. What do you mean? Just go sit down over there. And he's like, oh, well, there's other people that were here before you, and we don't have any beds anyway, so you're just gonna have to go sit down. So I'm like, oh, okay. So then, meanwhile, the person at the front desk and another orderly, I guess, they're talking and exchanging phone numbers, and it was just really, really bizarre, like the whole situation. So I just was like, I probably should leave, yeah, because I mean, it's not like my life is gonna be any. It's not gonna like they're not gonna save my life here because they're just telling me to go sit down somewhere. So got back in the car with my daughter. Ended up taking another muscle relaxer a couple hours later, which was probably too soon. But the good news is they tell you can take 1 to 2, and I've only been taking one, so I was kind of okay to take that second one. So I took the other muscle relaxer that kicked in some more antihistamine in my system, and I felt much better. So yeah, so that's how that went. So it was a nightmare. My children were scared to death. My son um, is still afraid. He doesn't want me to be by myself. They come and check on me every minute. My daughter was here from the day of the surgery up through today. Her and her husband just went back home to their state in Georgia today. So this is my first day by myself, and I'm not by myself. I have my two sons here. But they're younger and they're guys, and sometimes guys are not as sensitive as women are to these things. So, um, but they're keeping an eye on me and making sure that I'm doing the right thing and that everything is okay. But it was very horrific. And then to happen on the first day, I was, having to get up, get on the ambulance, get to the place, and then they're telling me to go sit down. So I'm moving around way more than I probably should have post surgery. Um, so when I got back home, I was nervous. I didn't know what was going on. My daughter put the compression stockings on me because she was afraid that, maybe it was due to, something happening with blood clots. Like it was just so awful. So, second day, things were a little bit easier, a little bit better. I ended up taking off the compression stockings and, I got up and I walked around. I was still pretty sore. But that second day, I probably slept most of the day as I probably should have on the first day. But because of all the shenanigans at the hospital, it didn't happen like that. Also, the doctor, they give you these pills. They're called arnica, something in arnica. Well, I had taken that just before I ate the shrimp. So I'm not sure if that and the shrimp together is what caused the allergic reaction or if it was just the shrimp. But at this point, because no one knows for sure, my doctor doesn't want me to take the the stuff for the swelling, which that's the arnica, and this stuff was so good, guys. When I took this medication or this natural remedy, I literally felt like I hadn't even had surgery because the swelling was going down so well, and this is day one. And the swelling was going down. I mean, like I just felt amazing. I just could not, wait to take the second dose. But now he doesn't want me to take it because he doesn't know if that's what contributed to the allergic reaction. So I'm just like, so I think I'm gonna be at some point disobedient and just take a Benadryl and take a half of one and see how I do. But I have to wait until the muscle relaxers are completely out of my system because the muscle relaxers will, um, you know, have effect with the Benadryl. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. So I was able to have like a wash up yesterday. They say you can shower after day two, but I just wasn't feeling it because of the drains and how sore I was. So I just took like a sponge bath. So I feel much better today. And my daughter rewrapped the arms and my stomach and stuff. So I'm just gonna get up in a little bit, go walk around, kind of do some things in the house. But, um, other than that, I'm feeling good. It's just it's like trial and error with this thing because like yesterday, all I had was Chipotle. Um, I just had like a nice uh, burrito bowl, something. Like I had like veggies and guacamole and all that kind of stuff in there. Today I had some eggs and a little corned beef hash and some home fries, and I really couldn't even eat any of it. I really mostly gave it's like English muffins. I ate the eggs. I ate probably 3 bites of the corned beef hash and about maybe 2 potatoes, and I gave the rest to the dog because I just my appetite is just not there. So it's fine. I mean, I'm not um, not crying over it, but it is what it is. So and I'm a you guys know I've had vertical sleeves, so it's like when you don't have much of an appetite and you've had vertical sleeve, it just makes bad matters worse. So just wanted to give you guys an update of what was going on. I am going to post day one, and then I'll come back and then do post, uh, you know, day four post op, just because this is day four and I didn't blog the other days. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.